Sharla, do you know which way Juju went?
There are quite a few ways to get there from here. But he's in a buggy, so I think he'll take Ragwell Bridge.
Ragwell Bridge?
It's not far. It's a really old bridge built around the time Colony 9 was founded.
Okay. Let's make that our next stop.
Sounds like a plan. Sharla, you stay back. Leave any monsters up to me and Shulk.
What? You think I can't pull my weight in battle? I've got field experience as a medic. If you get hurt, I can use ether to patch you up.
Nice. I'm always getting roughed up. You'll be a big help.
Come on! Who put this barrier in the way? Oh, now the front suspension's all twisted up. Looks like I'll have to walk it. They're all cowards. I'll show them all.
Having a third party member, it seems like a good thing, but Sharla is probably the only problematic party member in the game. The first time you play, and there's still a lot of mechanics to get to grips with, she is quite handy to have. She is primarily a healer, and apart from her auto attack, only actually has 2 also properly damaging attacks at the moment, and they're not very powerful. The main problem comes in that, although we have the extra healing, game from now on will be treating us like we have 3 party members, so it steps up a bit. And although the extra healing sounds good, as fights last longer, it kind of nullifies the point of having more healing in the first place, if that makes sense. So if the fights were over quicker, if the third person could output decent damage, you wouldn't need the healing. And the amount of healing Sharla doesn't really match up to how the fights are extended. She does come in useful in a couple of fights. There are a few places where you want her. But for the most part, when you have experience with the battle system and so on, and you don't need pick-me-ups as you miss things or forget things, it would actually be more beneficial if we could continue running around with just Shulk and Ryan at the moment. The main reason being chain attacks. As I said before, in a chain attack, if you all attack with the same type art, so an art that's the same colour, it increases your chance of getting additional hits in the chain attack. Sharla doesn't have any arts that are the same colour as any that Shulk and Ryan have. Her attacking arts are purple, which means they do ether damage, whereas Shulk and Ryan's are red, which means they do physical damage. And this ends up cutting off chain attacks before they would if it was just Shulk and Ryan running around. There are obvious, it's a JRPG, we are going to get a whole cast of characters joining us. Some of you may have guessed who's going to turn up already. The one other fantastic thing this game does, you only have 3 active party members at once, but regardless of whether someone is in that party or not, they get all the XP and development points that people in the main party do. So you will never run around with a main 3 and then want to switch someone in and have to grind to get them up to level. They will be at the same level and have accrued the same stats.
Hey, Sharla!
It's Juju's buggy. What is that thing? Ah!
Juju!
What is it?
It's Juju!
Shulk, is he okay? Tell me!
There's a mech-on! It's taken Juju!
When?
I'm not sure, but I don't think we've got much time.
You said you saw a deep valley, didn't you?
Yes,
Oh, there's a place like that just up ahead. And it's even on the way to Colony 6. That must be the route Juju's taking.
You sure? No other deep valleys round here?
Not as far as I know.
Well, Shulk,
let's move. That has to be where Juju is.
You may have also noticed it's raining. Everywhere in the game has variable weather. I think it's partially random, and it determines a number of things, not least of all, it can very much change what the environment looks like. You know, you can stand in this place when it's sunny and it will look very different to how it looks now when it's raining. But also different monsters will appear according to the weather. So it can be slightly different every time you come through if the weather's different.
is this the place you were on about?
This is it, all right. At the end of the road, there's a path to Colony 6.
But there's no sign of Juju. If my vision was right, he should be around here somewhere.
I'm sure he would have gone along this road. I just hope nothing's happened to him yet.
Any chance he went up that way?
It's not safe around here. I doubt Juju would go off the beaten track if he could avoid it.
Got it. We'll search along the road.
At this point, I'm still making the mistake that I referenced in the last video, where I was very much trying to push forward and catch up to where I was previously. I really remember the beginning of the game very well, but I discovered, I think it's a couple of hours after this point in the game, which update-wise will be 2 or 3 updates, but when I hit that point, I didn't actually remember it as well, and I started enjoying it in line with how I did the first time round. Obviously I remember the whole overarching plot and how things work on the grand scale, but I'm getting to enjoy all the little things and the particulars of how stuff happened and who does what all over again, which is quite nice. However, one of the things I did do is obviously I ran up that hill and managed to avoid all the mechons. That hill is actually pretty much a pre-test for the boss fight we're coming up to. If you can't make it up that hill, you're going to struggle with the boss. So you either want to fight your way up the hill, or do what I have to do what I ended up doing, and skip back and do some questing to level up again.
Juju! Juju! Hold on! I'm coming!
Wait! Sharla!
Juju!
Another new symbol's appeared on the Monado. I save her?
Of course you can.
Its tentacles could come out from under the ground at any second. One false move and you're done for. Wait for my order. Ryan, you got my back?
Course! Leave it to me!
Amazing! I didn't know you could do that.
It's not me. It's the power of the Monado.
That's right. And the light swirling around us. That's the Monado and all. Sharla, let's move.
Steel bullet!
Rain! Come on!
New power. This one is also awesome and a lot easier to use than our last one. Basically, it is a haste spell. It works by increasing the agility stat of the character we cast it on. Unlike the shield skill we got, we can only cast it on one character. But it is absolutely amazing and you should use it loads. I never thought to the first time round, but now I know, now I've got a more solid grasp on the game, it's really, really useful. One of the things it does is, you may have noticed on the portraits on the left, blue and red arrows appear and the portraits change slightly until they're on fire. When they go up, this is what's referred to as tension increasing. Tension increases your hit rate, crit rate, your chance of doing multiple hits in chain attacks. It increases how quickly the chain attack bar fills up. And it also makes you harder to hit, so your dodge rate goes up. If the arrows are blue and everyone starts looking sad, that's the opposite. However, enemies have this as well, and one of the things that can make tension go down is missing.
Is it down? Get back here!
It's up there! Let's go after it!
Right! Above!
That's the least successful escape attempt ever. But as I was saying, one of the things that makes tension decrease is if you miss. So if you cast agility, if you cast speed on the character that your enemy is focused on, not only do they not hit them, thus removing any damage or status effects that have been caused by the hit, but their tension goes down as well, which makes them less effective in general. It's a two-way swing kind of thing. Really, really good skill. It's also good for getting out in a pinch if, say, you've pulled aggro or someone's pulled aggro and they're about to die. Very useful then to cast. Another thing this boss demonstrates quite nicely is obviously quite an alien design. It doesn't have a defined face. And some of the arts we use have effects or extra damage according to where we're standing, in relation to what we're fighting. For Shulk in particular, his big attack does much more damage if we hit from behind. But with a monster like this, it's not always clear where they're facing and what counts as behind. And the simple way to deal with that is just to look at who has rage, who has the red ring around them, and who the monster's trying to hit. Because enemies in this game always turn to face something when they're attacking it. We can hit things not facing them, kind of weirds the game out a bit, but it works very smoothly for our opposition, and they will always be facing the person who has annoyed them the most. Aggressively tickling them is what I like to think of it as. I'm kind of a passive person, so...
We can definitely do this! This is the Monado's power!
Good to go!
Hi-ya! Yeah!
Starting to look like a team!
We can do even better! Come on, Sharla! Alright, I'm feeling it! Attack! We can definitely do this! It's coming to me.
You can do better than
This
that.
is the Monado! Now perfect for a chain
Things are
attack!
really heating up.
Sharp, Juju, sharp! Behold the power of the Monado! Okay. Right! You're up! I know! Sharla!
Okay. My rifle's getting hotter. Okay, perfect.
Nicely done! We did it! We can definitely do this! Right heel! Let's keep it! Sledge edge!
Good to go.
Slash! Take this! I'm turning up. You're really getting into this, right? Now it's right time. Hey!
Well done.
You were ready. This ain't good. We can definitely do this! Monado, lend us your power! How's this?
My rifle's getting hotter.
Right!
Juju! Are you alright?
Sharla. I'm sorry.
I'm so glad you're okay.
Hey, looks like we changed the future. What's up?
Well, it's just that can't have been the Mechon from my vision.
Yeah, wasn't it supposed to be that one with the face? I guess we changed more than we expected. Shulk?
No. Something's not right.
Juju!
No! It's not him at all!
But this one's got a face and all!
I've been waiting for you, Monado boy.
What? It spoke!
White metal-faced scarford. I thought you'd have to be this big scary monster. But look, you're just a pathetic little kid. Come on, let's see what you got.
I do like the design of the Mechons, and they make it even more apparent in the dialogue and stuff. They all look very alien, and it's when the ones appear who start to look more human, the ones with faces and the more human-y walky bodies, that really freaks people out. They're very much used to not used to seeing it. and I should clarify from earlier, when I was talking about tension, being on fire is the best one. I don't know who made that decision, but being on fire, good. This fight actually illustrates what I was saying earlier about hit and miss rates. This game does something similar to how I believe MMOs do it, in that not only do damage and HP scale with level, but also how well you can hit things and how well you can dodge things. So this monster's 8 levels higher than us. We can't hit it. We don't have a high enough hit rate. It doesn't have a low enough dodge rate. I think this is basically to stop people running up to high level monsters and just really slowly chipping them away, but rather progressing and then fighting things at appropriate times. And then obviously this doubles up, because every time we miss, everyone gets sad. And if we're sad, our aim gets worse.
Juju!
Juju!
You pile of junk! Let him go!
Right, better watch your back.
Got it! Cheers, Shock!
Little...
Why can't I use the Monado? It's only the ones that have faces. But I can still see what it's going to do. Just like before.
Nice tricks you got there, Pipsqueak. Darting around the place. That's the Monado's power. Won't matter, you're still flesh and blood, and I reckon you're nearly done. Behind you!
Shook! Leave these to me! Don't take him out!
Yeah, got it.
Now!
Right! It's just bouncing off him!
That was fun for a while. But now I'm bored!
Sharla!
Time to finish you off!
Shook! Look out!
Looks like my time is up. It's your lucky day, little boy. But that luck won't last forever.
Huh?
I'll keep hold of this brat. If you want him back, you better come to Colony 6. But you'll have to be quick. I'm feeling hungry.
You're gonna pay!
I can't wait to grind you all into dust!
Sharla! Sharla! No! Juju. Gado.
It's only been a year since the Battle of Sword Valley. How? How did the numbers grow so quickly?
Are their numbers too great even for you, Gado?
Otharon.
Medic Sharla, here are your new orders. You and Juju are to ready the evac ships. You will be in charge of the evacuation.
But...
You must realize the ships can only carry so many. We must stay behind and fight to protect those who remain in Colony 6.
I'll be fine. I'll be able to keep my mind on the battle, knowing you're safe.
Promise me.
Sharla.
Promise that you'll meet us outside the colony. Just make sure you get out of here alive.
Yeah. I promise. Don't worry.
Gado, a promise is a promise. And until I see you again, I will protect everyone.
No! Let me protect everyone!
Sharla!
I keep them real safe inside my belly!
Sharla! Juju! Juju! Where are you?
Hey there. Are you alright?
The sleeping princess awakes. Had us worried there for a minute.
How long have I been out?
Huh?
How long have I been unconscious?
4 hours, I'd say.
I've got to get out of here.
Hold up.
Mind if we go with you?
You're gonna bust into their base, right? We want a piece of them too.
Really?
Truth be told, we were gonna leave without you. But the thing is, I get roughed up a lot, and we don't know anyone else who can use ether.
Thank you both. It's been a while. And it's just... I never imagined I would go back to Colony 6 like this. I'm sorry. Lost myself for a minute. We can get to Colony 6 from the valley where Juju was taken. It's this way.